All right, welcome aboard. Good to see you again. Thanks for watching the video as always. Really appreciate you. So I went to Home Depot today. I picked up some carpet. I cut it in and put it in there. It looked terrible. It really didn't look right at all. It was sticking up and didn't like it. But I did watch a video today on a channel, and I saw where the guy put like a line in the floor. So what I did was, I'll talk to you in a minute about some of the stuff I got in the collection, but you can see that tile there. There's three of them. I'm hoping maybe I can pick up more as I go along. But I put them in the middle and then on each end, and I put the nougat floor down with the blue in the middle. So I tried to make something a little bit different there, but I put the nougat floor in because, like I said, it wasn't working, the carpet. It didn't look good. And then I built up the yellow here. One of the things I noticed from the video I showed you before, over here is the Technics beam, and it's real loose. I noticed that. It's kind of, let me just leave this here. You can see it moves, and then we changed the bricks to flat tiles. So what I did on this one, I was going to leave it open. I'm sorry about that. But behind this brick is a Technics brick. I don't know if I can go up and show you there. Well, believe me, in there is a Technics beam, and they're pinned to the wall straight across here. So this whole thing, where the other one over there is flimsy, this one's pinned. Actually, if you look, I didn't even build the brick up to it, and it's hanging on the wall because the Technic beams are holding it in place. So, or the pins that are plugged in are holding it into place. So I wanted to do that. Obviously, you want it to be strong and not flimsy, So I put those in there. Very happy to get that done. I'll tell you, to be honest with you, putting that floor in right there was very difficult to do because of the size. I basically had to put my hand inside of here to do it. Very difficult to do. And then probably one of the hardest things of all the work I've done on this thing, one of the hardest things I've had to do on this is see those two friends back there standing next to each other, and then this girl right here. Getting those inside of there was so hard. I mean, really hard. So to make a long story short, before I start building the top, the floors in the bedrooms over here that I talked to you about, I wanted to put carpet in. I'm just going to put a gray tile in it. If you look, I also have this area rug. I used to make armoires, or not armoires. What am I talking about? I can't think of the word. Dioramas, and that carpet was actually great for that. But so I can get stuff. Believe it or not, I thought, well, you could just print out a piece of paper, but it's actually got like a felt feeling to it. So I'm gonna look and see if I can find more stuff like that, and then I can just put like area rugs down. But in those bedrooms, I'm just gonna put some gray tile. Thank you again to General Jim. The railroad passover where I've gotten all these black spindles from. There's gray tile all over the place on those. So, and then the ones where I got the profile bricks from, I made a show on it. Those have tons of black and gray tiles. I told you yesterday in the video I was in good shape with the floor stuff because of General Jim. So, and we love Lego again. But in here, here, and here, I'm just gonna put the gray tile, and then hopefully I can find some kind of an area rug, or maybe I'll make like a dolphin's rug and put it on the ground in the bedroom. So anyway, so what I want to do now is I'm going to move this, and I'm going to set this here for a minute. So I want to show you some of the stuff. I went through and I cleaned out the bins a little bit, and from the video yesterday. So for starters, these bins right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can see that's going into that one. That's the majority of those 3 boxes I showed you yesterday. And then this box right here is some of the plates. You can see you got all kinds of them there, different colors, the strip ones, the bigger ones, the doubles, all of them. That's all plates in there. It's a lot of them. And believe me, that's not even half of what's in all of these. And then here is the bricks, like the ones I use. So you can see I got Technics bricks, and then green, pink, red, yellow is really the only one here I don't use. So these are all bricks of colors I use. I could use all of these, definitely. Making the elevator, you need all these blue bricks, all of it. I mean, and then the white for the fronts, all the fronts are white. Technics beams I need for a lot of stuff. So all of this is stuff that is colors that I do use. And then I stopped taking them out, but these are colors I don't use. You can see how long those are. And that's mostly what these are, just real long pieces. So I'll show you this in 1 second. And then these are all flat plates. I probably have more of them in here, but you can see there's just tons of them. And then there's this Whopper one, this huge gray plate, and I have 3 of those actually as well from other stuff I bought. But this right here is, whoops, a lot of the stuff. So I'll start with this. This is flowers, you know, like roses and stuff. You can build that. So I'm just going to leave that alone, sell it at the garage sale as is. There's that. This thing I like. This is actually a gear, and you can see it spins this at the end. So like if this was above an elevator and this spins like this, the rotation of this would pull the elevator in the air. And then by having 6 gears, it decreases the load on any one gear by having 3 of them, or 6 really, like this. And then you can see it turns it. So it's stuff like this I keep just so I can see how they built it. It gives you ideas. I know that day's coming when I have to build it. So let's put that there. Let's see. I might have shown you that yesterday. Here's something interesting. Delta plane. I know there's a lot of Trump haters in the world. I bought a model plane. Like you glue it together. And I made this white plane, and it just happened to be, I made it in 2015. So by the time it was done, I ended up making the Trump plane from the campaign. It's pretty cool. I left it in my old house in the rafters. I found this in there, the Spider-Man thing I found. There's that. This was in the bag when I first started showing it to you. This is one of these things I wish I could somehow fit into there somewhere. I'll see, but I don't see how I can fit the roof of a house onto in there. We'll have to see about all that, but this is cool. You know, there's a lot of things I've seen doing this and buying these things that I'll just never get to use or do. There's a plane. I think I found, here it is. I think this is the propeller for the helicopter thing I showed you. Oh, look at this flat plate. It's like a coffin. That's nice, you know. There's another little house thing. So today, I actually went to another place. This is like a little camp, tent. And it's plastic again. So I guess Lego's getting into making plastic stuff like that. Here's another boat. By the way, I was going to say, this stuff I'm showing you here, I don't really need any of this stuff. It's just not stuff I really use. Some of the pieces and parts I can use. Here's this car I showed you I pulled out yesterday. Oh, I found this. Remember I was telling you about the boiler? This is the other side. Be a great boiler in a basement, I'm telling you. Sounds crazy. Found a lot of these along the way. Somebody wants these when they come to my Lego garage sale. They're going to be in business. It's a bag of more stuff. I think this is the helicopter. I think the propeller goes on top of this. So that's pretty cool. Let me see if there's anything else. One more thing I want to show you. This is pretty neat. These are all like rounds, you know, and then they put them all together, and it's like I don't know, you know, they all wheel together. It's interesting. It's just interesting that somebody made this. I think it's part of something I'll show you in a minute. And then if you see anything else in here, this is pretty much all the other stuff I showed you yesterday. So I'll get that out of here. And then I wanted to show you these. I got this too in a dinner plate. The dots, whatever that is. But it was in a dinner plate. I thought that was interesting. And then these here, this is all stuff that I don't want. So these were some of the things I found in here. I don't really think all the stuff is in here, but these little berries, they're in there. I can use those. They'll be cool, actually. I'm glad I got those. The Star Wars. I love the first 6 Star Wars movies, but I'm not into Star Wars Lego at all. No interest in it. I don't even know what that is, honestly. I think that's called a AT-AT, they call them. I never really paid attention to what they were called. I made this. I started making this so I could look at different types of flooring. I like the way that looks. Both the blue and the top there. I'm not a big fan of those so much. But what are you going to do? What do we got here? Some kind of space set, I guess. I don't know. Another Technics. And then this I think is the one I showed you yesterday. I didn't find as much stuff as I was hoping I would. I didn't really find any Friends characters at all. But I bought some more stuff today. I know I need to go to Legos Anonymous, believe me. But I did buy some more stuff today, and I got a boatload of Friends characters. I want to find that stuff. I put aside, I'll show you actually something else I have I want to show you. The castle. That looks neat if you're a kid. This is one of the ones I got today. And look, it's like a hammock there, I think. That'd be great. I should make a hammock. But this was what I was interested in from this. So you can take this purple cord and hook up this thing, and they can slide around on it. Man, I could make something interesting out of that. So I'm going to look and see. I got the purple piece somewhere. I don't know what I did with it. But I remember seeing it. But I might be able to make it so that they can slide across one of the floors. If I can hook it up right, I'm sure I can find a bigger piece of that to run all the way along. And then you just set it at an angle. And if you can build this thing here, whew, it can fly across the floor. So possibly look for that in the future for sure. All right. So that's that. That's the car we pulled out of there. Interestingly, though, this is from the stuff I bought today. Not yesterday, but that's the car we pulled out of there, I'm pretty sure. And then you see that ladder? It's like a little giant, you know. This is missing a cover, but this looks cute, you know. This whole thing. I feel like I know these kids, these girls from this Friends thing. And then this is the other one I got. So this has got actually a lift. I got these, I see these things, they're in the boxes there. And then you must turn or crank it. That must be what those wheels are for. And then you can go up the lift. I mean, so theoretically, you could hook up a situation where you have this here, and then over on this side, you would slide down, you know? So that's really interesting. Could make another floor like that. I'm telling you, all the stuff that I could have made in doing all of this, very interesting. So that's that. And then this I got is stuff. I can't really take it apart very well here, but this is stuff that I found that I think I might be able to use in the apartments. This is actually the piece that I took those tiles out of. And then, like, I found, like, this is, like, I use these windows in the walls to kind of reduce the amount of blocks I have to use. But that's cute. You could put that on a wall like that. I think this is, I like this stuff I can hang on the walls. So when I see stuff like that, I can't read the word at the bottom. I watched this on TV and I was actually able to read a lot of the stuff. I couldn't see through this here doing this. But you can see this is just different stuff I pulled out. It's random. I did find these leaves. Remember I told you I wanted to hook those onto that tree? So I found the leaves. I actually found the spool. Here it is. This is the spool. I rolled back up, and then this would go onto that helicopter, and they dropped that down to save you in a pinch, you know. But this is just stuff, like I said, little stuff here and there. I got a bag, you know, different types of tiles that we can hang up here and there. A lot of times when you look at people's more beds, just different interesting stuff you can use. Look at this for the ice cream place. Look at that. Use that on the ice cream on front. What else? Oh, here. These are the things from the candle. So, a lot of stuff there. And then one other thing I want to show you here is... There you go. Got another dude. Friend's dude. Look at this thing. This is old school. I found this in Johnny's box. Johnny's like half my age. I can't believe he's got an old school one, but look at that. Maybe they put them in there with another one. These are like at different companies here, but if I find the parts, I'll use them. But you can see I got a lot more friends today from this one person. So I got that. And then I put a couple of the ones I got today into the building when I was doing it. I told you how hard it was to put those two girls with the glasses on in there. That's what I was talking about. So, but that's it. You know, a lot of the stuff I pulled out of here. I mean, the big catch is all of this stuff right here. You know, I need all of that stuff to build what I'm building, you know. And I did kind of throw around the idea today that, like, I have the two apartment buildings going up here that I showed you. And I like that. I thought about actually putting a third one on top of that and just making that section of the building bigger. But I don't want to do that either. I got to cap it at some point. I want to start building the center and start finishing the elevator. And one thing I will tell you is I did say that I wanted to put the whole skyscraper on one, this round here. I told you it's beautiful having this thing. Well, this is 18 inches. That's the radius, 18 inches. I bought one that has a radius of 21 inches, which is almost the width of the skyscraper. And I'm going to do some different things, but in the future, I should have the first 4 levels on top of the scraper. And then I can start, I'll show you that, show you what my plans are with that. But, you know, you can only go so high. I mean, if I do that and, you know, now I'm kind of itching to make a, you know, like a cable line now on a floor or make more apartments. So we'll see how high up it looks like it's going. But, you know, we got to stop somewhere, you know. So, but God bless you. If you watch this, thank you so much and have a great day. Thank you.